in spirit, nutrition, your brother, your friend, your dietitian back again for another installment. The magic of belief. Let's get it popping. There is a magic in the power of beliefs. Beliefs actually govern all our experiences, our conceptions and perceptions of what's possible in our lives, what we're worthy of, what job we can have, what career, what lifestyle, who we can marry, who our spouse can be, who we can become. They're all based on beliefs. They're governed by beliefs. So there's magical kind of power in beliefs. One of my mentors, shout out to Ralph Smart from Infinite Waters, Diving Deep. He always says it's all BS, belief systems. So it's true, because the thoughts that we keep, the beliefs that we have that are in our subconscious mind, they govern how we behave and how we think, right? So what's really cool, what's dope, what I love is that there's only two types of beliefs, and it's simple. There's beliefs that empower you and beliefs that disempower you, and you get to choose. That's another beautiful thing about beliefs. There's limiting beliefs and there's empowering beliefs. Maintain belief systems that empower you. Anything that disempowers you, takes power from you, drop it, let it go. So within those two categories, there's two subcategories. So I said there's only two types of beliefs, but there's still like two subcategories. There's beliefs that we adopt. Well, they're both beliefs that we adopt, but there's beliefs that we adopt consciously and beliefs that we adopt unconsciously. So there's beliefs that we actually pick up because we were just born into the society. Like, for example, the belief that women are supposed to fit in a certain role or aspect of society. They're only supposed to play a certain role. For example, there's a movie coming out about African American woman, Moorish woman, who actually was spearheading and responsible for the calculations that got us to the moon. They never really talked about her until now. There's a movie with Taraji P. Henson, Janelle Monáe, and a couple other actresses. But basically, her name is either Katherine Johnson or Katherine Jackson. She's still living now, and she did a phenomenal work. But everyone's belief was that because of her race and because of her gender primarily, that she couldn't contribute to NASA. But she was actually a mathematical genius, better and more privy to math than all the people at NASA. But the belief was limiting our progress as a human race, because the belief was that because she's a woman, she only deserves a certain place. But she actually kicked down some doors in NASA, and she paved the way for a lot of women, both Caucasian, African American. So that's an example of belief. But there's some beliefs that you pick up from your parents, from your grandparents, from society, from your friends, that may be harmful to you. So one good thing is to always assess your beliefs. Maintain your beliefs. There's some examples of positive beliefs and negative beliefs, empowering beliefs and limiting belief systems. One of them is about money, right? There's a belief system that money is evil. Money is the root of all evil, right? It's horrible, it's filthy rich. And then there's the belief that money is not a master. It's just a tool. It's just a servant. It's not evil. It's not positive. It's neutral. It's just cash in the pocket. I don't have any cash on me, so I was gonna check my wallet. But it's just cotton and ink. That's all it's made from. It's cotton and ink. It's not a big deal. Money doesn't control me. I control money. There's two different beliefs. Now, most people in society have been taught the negative aspect of money, right? Another example is the belief that God is outside of you versus God is within you and all around you. So it externalizes your connection and disconnects you from the Most High, because it's taught that God is external to you. And so now all your behaviors, how you respond to prayer, how you see meditation, and self-realization and spirituality, connecting with the universe or the Most High, it's all based off of what? It's all based off of the fact that you believe that God is disconnected from you, right? Another belief system is that people outside of you control your emotions. Like something outside of you, external events, circumstances, they control your emotions, versus I'm the controller of my emotions. I create my reality. Depending upon the beliefs that I take up, I don't believe that people at work, people at home, people outside of me can control my reality. It's how I respond and how I see things that controls my emotions. Another belief is that something external outside of you controls your success or failure. When in reality, well, that can be a reality, but another belief system is that my success or failure is determined by who I become, by my disciplines or my neglects, by the work that I put in, by my mental attitude, by my perspective, by my beliefs. I believe that I'm responsible for my reality, not something external, not fate, not destiny, not my boss, not my supervisor, not the yellow man down the street. It's a limiting belief system. Another limiting belief system is that if you fall down, you're a failure. Do you know how many times SpaceX couldn't get their rocket into orbit? Do you know how many times their rocket couldn't self-land back onto the platform? It failed many times. It blew up, 1,000 times. They didn't make it to the atmosphere. It was so many different problems that came up. There's people who believe that failure even exists. Some people don't even believe failure exists. There's a belief system that failure exists, and then there's people who believe that there's no such thing as failure. So how can I fail? There's only R&D. Pharrell Williams, who I love, said there's no such thing as failure, really. It's just research and development. Tony Robbins said there's no such thing as failure. There's only results. So their result was that their rocket didn't make it to the atmosphere. They need to tweak some things, change some of the physics. It didn't self-land. They couldn't land it back down onto the platform. So what? That's just a result. Other people see when they fall on their knees, when they screw things up, that they're failures. But that's a limiting belief system because it makes you quit. Speaking of quitting, another belief is that you can overcome anything and that you should never give up. Then there's a belief that after a while, things are maybe impossible. But guess what? We used to ride in carriage and buggies using horses. And people used to laugh at Ford and other people who were trying to develop the motor car so that we could travel by car. They thought it was crazy. They thought Thomas Edison was insane when he tried over 1,000 times to create the light bulb. Shout out to Lewis Latimer, right? Because we know Lewis Latimer contributed to the development of the lights. I don't know if they're called incandescent lights or what they are, but he contributed to the development of the light bulb. So shout out to Lewis Latimer. But people laughed at that. They would rather sit under candlelight. And this is only, 150 years ago or something like that? 100 years ago for these different developments I'm talking about. So it's all about your belief system. I got caught up in some of my limiting beliefs. Some of my limiting beliefs were that because I came from poverty, some of you guys have seen some of my videos, I came from poverty, I came from obscurity, that I can't achieve. I'm not worthy. Because my father trafficked cocaine, right? Was a fugitive of the law. My mother passed away. My parents didn't graduate from high school. Being from the hood, being so-called disadvantaged, I felt like I was unworthy of achieving greatness. But that was a belief system. I had to change my beliefs about myself. And that's one of the huge categories, is how you see yourself. What do you believe about yourself? Do you believe that you're beautiful? Do you believe that you have the power to achieve? You have faith in your abilities? Do you believe that despite your environment, you can continue on? So that's what I had to change my belief about money, about myself, about my circumstances, about who controls my success and failure. You have to change beliefs about yourself. You have to see yourself in a positive light. See yourself achieving. See yourself eloquent. See yourself sophisticated. See yourself wealthy, healthy, strong. That's how you have to change your beliefs. Then one other thing about the empowering beliefs versus the limited beliefs is that people who are empowered by their beliefs, they believe that there is, in every disadvantage, in every adversity, there's a seed of equivalent or greater benefit. So what does that mean? Is that in every disadvantage, there's actually an advantage. You can actually turn it, transmute it, develop it, use mental alchemy to change it from something desolate to something amazing. They call it transmuting lead into gold, or turning lemons into lemonade. So that's what people who have strong beliefs, who have positive beliefs believe. They say they're kind of like success beliefs. They're like billionaire beliefs, right? We'll call them billionaire beliefs from now on. So a billionaire belief is that in every disadvantage, there's actually an advantage. I can find an advantage within the disadvantage. How, you may ask? Well, guess what? Thomas Edison said he discovered over 1,000 ways not to produce the light bulb, right? For me, my disadvantages were my mother passing away, all the things I experienced, but guess what? It actually made me more creative. My limitations made me more creative. So I created ways to benefit out of nothing, out of thin air, by using my magic wand and using mental dynamite. Magic wand meaning my creativity, my imagination. So there's a magical power in beliefs. I'll recommend you assess your beliefs, assess your belief systems, and make sure that they empower you. Anything that disempowers you, let it go. Let it all go. Your brother, your friend, your dietitian, back again for another installment. Enjoying this morning. Good health and mad wealth. Peace and blessings.